I decided to start the show this way today. It's not me doing the jig, it's the bone sitting next to me doing the jig because Kolkata Knight Riders finally are on a winning streak. Well, 2 out of 3 games for Kolkata and this one at the Fortress in Jaipur. Hello, I'm Anand Narasimhan. With me, Mandira Bedi, Boria Majumdar, Arun Lal and of course Atul Wasan. Big hello to you two gentlemen. That jig was also for you, Arun Lal. Happy with the way Kolkata Knight Riders performed, especially the captain Gautam Gambhir and of course the ever dependable Jacques Kallis.
Yeah, this was a command performance really. When you look at it from any aspect, it just looked like never going away from Kolkata. From the start to the finish, they won the toss and boldly decided to field, get a target in front of them, and they didn't put a foot wrong, and Gautam Gambhir was spectacular. What an innings, absolutely magical. Great footwork, great the way he maneuvered the field and made short work of it. And of course, Jacques Kallis, he's now the pillar of this Kolkata team. He's got the orange cap. And more than anything else, this team is now looking balanced with the coming in of Shakib and Lee, because there's a little bit of teeth at the top with pace, and Shakib Al Hasan is going to be an absolute factor in April and May on these wickets in India in the IPL.
Okay, we won't talk about the orange capper just yet, but Gautam Gambhir, with this big heavy price tag sort of weighing him down all this while, a score of a duck and one, I think, in the first 2 games. This one was a wonderful comeback, especially after the good form he had sort of carried into the IPL after the World Cup.
Yeah, don't forget the 97 in the final.
The first game was a bit of a strange one where he sort of demoted himself down the order and that sort of didn't work. But today it was spectacular. 50 of 28 balls, he was the one, more than Jacques Kallis, who actually took the match away from the Rajasthan Royals. See, several things weighed against them. 145, Rajasthan Royals never lost a game after they put up 145. Jaipur, home base, fortress for the Rajasthan Royals. There to go and beat them by 9 wickets. This is a tremendous performance. Kolkata will draw a lot of inspiration from them. Now when they go back home to the Eden Gardens, you can expect more fans to definitely come to the ground and cheer them, because gradually they're exorcising the ghost of Sourav Ganguly. 3-4 wins on the trot, Mandira, and things will be totally different.
Absolutely. Atul, time to bring you in on this. Your thoughts on what perhaps went wrong for the Rajasthan bowling lineup, because they've been looking pretty intimidating the last couple of games, with Shane Warne absolutely back in form, and there's Botha, Trivedi, Sean Tate. What went wrong today?
And did Shane Watson back today as well.
Yes.
But I think what went wrong for them was probably the skewed batting order. I couldn't understand, Johan Botha, their match winner, batting at number 6. Shane Watson batting at 4. And it's suddenly found that Meneria, who was promoted last match as a pinch hitter, when you're setting a total, you might as well give a chance to your premier batsman. So I couldn't understand it. That was baffling. And I think probably the slow start, they were almost 80 runs after 12 overs. They caught up in the end, almost scored 10 and over in the last 8 overs, still got to 159, which I thought was a probably good score. But Jaipur is turning out to be a deathbed for teams batting first, So I think from now on, nobody will bat first. Nobody would like to bat first because chasing has been easy. But I think they didn't expect Knight Riders to play like this.
As we look at the fall of wickets, Arun, the ball was looking not like coming onto the bat. The ball was keeping low. Rahul Dravid went down to a delivery that kept low of Yusuf Pathan. But then, when KKR came out to bat, the pitch played altogether differently, or was it the quality of the batting?
It was undoubtedly the quality of the batting. If you take a look at Gautam Gambhir, Anand, just look at the footwork. How many players do you know who are hitting Shane Warne against the turn over extra cover? So that is probably one of the most difficult shots to play. And he played it with such ease. He got himself into a position to be playing inside out to a ball that's coming in. So it was the quality of the batting. And I've got to say that without Sean Tate, this bowling resource is rather meager. They're only dependent on Shane Warne, because the Trivedis and the Amit Singhs are only relying on pace variations, and they're relying on getting you out on the basis of a large score that they're depending on slow tracks. But that doesn't always work. You've got to have some muscle at the top.
He's taken the words out of my mouth, without Sean Tate, and they've got a problem now. Who do they drop? Shane Watson, Ross Taylor, Shane Warne himself, and Johan Botha, who's their match winner. So where does Sean Tate fit in that lineup?
Problem of plenty.
Problem of plenty, and a serious one at that. Second point, big point. that batting order. I was making this point to you before the show. Some of the captaincy decisions in this IPL have baffled me. Zahir Khan's promotion, Mahela Jayawardene to Raifi Gomez. Today, Ashok Minaria opening the bowling. Not getting Shane Watson and Ross Taylor to bat up the order. Even if Rahul Dravid performs, it will never be more than 6.5, 7 runs and over. And that's a problem. Ross Taylor, Anand was making this point to me, middle of the innings said Rahul Dravid had consumed so many balls that we had to up the ante very quickly or something like that.
Yeah.
The fact is, Rahul Dravid at his very best
Can I say
will
something?
score 35 of 30 balls. That is not enough.
Yes.